Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to Graduations 2023. You happy to be here? We are also very, very happy to be here. My name is Gerben van der Kerk. It's my great honor to welcome you this afternoon and just do a couple of announcements. Before we go any further, so we are an institution of higher learning, so I'm just going to do a little bit of research if you don't mind. I'm going to ask you a question. And if you agree with that statement, I'm just going to ask you to give me a round of applause. Everyone comfortable with that? All right, cool. So first question, who is excited to be here? Get a big response from the siblings when I ask the next one. Who's surprised to be here? All right, definitely some siblings over there, definitely, right. Who's relieved to be here? Especially after all the shoe shopping, am I right? Thank you so much to our sponsors, Fushini, Markham's, Runway Sale, Sheen. Thank you so much. And then the last question, who's proud to be here? And we are very, very proud to have you here this afternoon. So, a couple of announcements. There's a live stream available, livestream.ufs.ac.za. Children under the age of 10 should be accompanied by an adult and must be strictly monitored to prevent disturbances to the program. Goes for unruly husbands as well, right? Are there any unruly husbands here? Wives, can I see? Show of hands. Right, so at the back there are seats for young children and unruly husbands, right? Please use those seats. The university makes use of official photographers. You'll see them on the outside. There are some independent photographers. We cannot guarantee their quality. Please be very, very, very vigilant. Then, during the ceremony, please stand as the procession enters the hall and remain standing until the congregation has been constituted by the Chancellor or Rector and Vice-Chancellor. Avoid moving around during the ceremony. Please keep your cell phones on silent. Practice what you preach. And then today is the day to celebrate the achievement of each of the graduates. So you are more than welcome to give a round of applause as your graduate graduates. But please keep it short so we can hear the name of the next student. And then the last one, DHP 660FS. It's a Bucky DHP 660FS. Absolutely nothing wrong with your vehicle. It's just a very nice Bucky. If you ever want to sell it, please contact me. It's important. We are now going to cross to live drone footage as the procession makes their way to the Kaliman for Graduations 2023. My name is Gerben van der Kerk and it's my great honor to welcome you to the University of the Free State.
the free of economic two in addition, but who are not present here today.
Milan. Before I start with the formal proceedings, I will for today. Also our council member, Mr. Charlie Mulepe, Executive Director, Student Affairs, Mr. Zakele Mdluli, Dr. Peter de Tooy, and then the Dean of Education, Dr. Zukizwa Nkazi, representative for the, and last of the deans, representing ISRC Pringuis guests. Few events and occasions hold as much significance you along the way. If you look to your left, you look to your right, those are your families that supported you right up until this end. But also, if you look in front of you, the lecturers, the academic staff, and you should be extremely proud as you transition what you're going to become. The 23 indicates that higher education has the potential to function, has always been to equip, but values are as important. Great emphasis on irrespective of what the desire, while inculcating kindness, empathy, passion, to create a better world. Do that with relations. Life can be challenging if you are on your own of Ubuntu. It is up to yourself to align yourself, left out, and are still struggling. Success in all your endeavors. Experience some of our graduations. The first photo is going to, and the third photo is being done when you stand. Okay, there's enough photographers. And please, I'm asking you nicely, don't grab this mic. We had a problem previous where we lost sound. So we know you want to celebrate. Think that when you are on the stage and you want to celebrate, do your celebration's name, and those that celebrating. Through that, we give them recognition during the duration of the ceremony, and it do. A warm round of applause to them. Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences, Professor Burger, who will present.
Bloem W. and the Boshoff WHP. Dlamini S. M. and a degree with distinction. Furi J. and a degree with distinction. Grobelaar J.P. Gumbo T.A. Havenga N. and a degree with distinction. Herzog R. Hannibal D. Huang J.Y.T. Thank you. Hubert R.D.V. Kuswayo M. Lynn S.Y. and a degree with Mafata K.B. Thank you. Majawetsa R. Malete N. Matuane MP. Mohamisi T. Mohale R.D. and a degree with distinction. Mohapi IT. Mojamongwe G. Mokwena D. Molokwane NM. Mulder WJ SX. Nell W and the degree with distinction. Distinction. Prince K, KS. Thank you. Ramatikiti D, Tunya KBT. Smith F and the degree with distinction. Swanepoel RI. Tilwane MD. Soteti TL. Umlo SSJ. Van Staden S. Venter MJ. Venter S. Willemse JL. En K. Otoyi S. I see it's K and the degree with distinction. Thank you. Haman M. Hatla BB. Himro LL. Schlope AAM. Schlope NC. Jafta M. Joanides CI. Jumba P. Kedireleng RR. Kemp RJP. Como MK. Kwahudi MP. Korlu NW. Kuchlenberg JF. Krishendut T. Langa NA. Langa ZN. Liu T. Lefalatsa MI. Lekelebane MT. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Lekitlane T. Leteba T. Letsela KJP. Thank you. Disela KL. Mahachlo MA. Maktere KC. Madlala ZB. Madonzela SA. Maduna M. Maduna W. KI. Macheta CC. Mahuleng PM. Majid DR. Majola NN. Mako Y. Makwela K. Thank you. Thank you. Malapela N. Malete BS. Malinga S. Malope NS. Thank you. Mankayi R. Marobe KP. Maroro TM. Maseku AP. Maseko EN. Mashile H. Mazilela MD. Masinga KN. Masinga SI. Batale D. Matonzi DV. Matonzi TS. Thank you. Matonzi XE. Thank you. Matsiye MA. Thank you. Thank you. Machila S. Mayekiso A. Mayekiso MZ. Mazibuko TP. Mbochelwa AE. Mchiteka A. Mdladloze NP. Mkonto N. Mkize ME. Mberegeni PT. Ngonyama BB. Modibedi MD. Morfokeng M. Mogashwa AA. Moklokwane SM. Mokhlomi N. Mojakisane KP. Mokemane RA. Mokohwa II. Mokosi K. Mokwena MS. Mokwena TE. Mokolopo MI. Mokocho B. Mokwena B. Thank you. Molawat LP. Molefe IQ. Thank you. Molikani LK. Molepo KS. Molloy TP and the degree with distinction. Thank you. Monare M. Monet IW. Thank you. Mononga KG. Morake K. Moreri IC. Moroka BT. Mosetli GT. Whoops. Hang on. Here we go. Moshapu TT. Motaung MR. Motaung MT. Motaung PW. Motaung TE. Moteohane NK. Mowa WM. Mputi PF. Ngaba TN. Nkakama ZI. Msadu N. Thank you. Msibi SC. Msimanga XN. Mtetwa PJ. Thank you. Mchweni SN. Mchingizani D. Mudao F. Mudao PG. Mudau Z. Mudzingiri FR. Thank you. Mulanzi TS. Thank you. Mulawudzi T. Mushwana SJ. Thank you. Thank you. Mchocho FM. Thank you. Ndlovu N. Nels SEV. Netengwe TM. Ngema SD. Nomatole Z. Nokaka I. Ntimba Ntle LH. Thank you. Sunweezy T. E. Thank you. Petlo REL. Botswana PSP. Relating IK. Relating KV. Ramakheja TP. Thank you. Ramile G. Ricozzo NV. Thank you. Roller G. Roy ME. Sabah Samson TK. Sapelo T. Sayi Big F. Scott N. Sebeko T. Sebola KM. Sefodi K. Thank you. Sechloto BM. Selo MK. Selo TA. Sangakana N. Sheshaeng B. Shabalala L. Thank you. Thank you. Shamane NB. Shedile I. Shongwe ND. Thank you. Sibidela MI. Sibanda S. Sichlang Akane NFS and the degree with distinction. Sikwivilu K. Thank you. Sipunzi L. Sitole S. Smith CJ. Solomon's BT. Sondezi NH. Swanepoel A. Swanepoel A. Tai TC. Tefo MF. Thank you. Terre Blanche JK. Taban Chouquet. Tabane TK. Tekwane TS. Tulo M. Thank you. Twala NV. Tibane G. Tlale BN. Chabalala R. Chikororo FF. Thank you. Tsu MV. Tuguana NB. Twala L. Twala N and the degree with distinction. Van der Walt M. Van der Westhuizen ZZ. E. Van A and the degree with distinction. Vosloo J. Yeboah NK. Thank you. Yingwane TE. Yose ZJ.
Last four. After the last four.
Juano GA. Kale O. Luvuno LT. Machau Ash. Makatsa BO. Manuel CZ. Mda SB. Mokone LMR. Take your time. Mushonga JT. BKM. Pokonsi OR. Wajar A. Postgraduate Diploma in General Accountancy. Carlos A. Dlamini NP. Thank you, thank you. Furi JP. Governor KA. Goer RD. Make MMH. Martins JP. Mpulo T. Gaza M. Sakwane TSL. Stola N. Taluchonia T. Bachelor of Accounting Honors. Give it time. Baleka LM. Thank you. Blake WR. Thank you. Bower A. Crew CM. Dlamini CCZ. Fury N. Hurak K. Thank you. Maseti AS. Mkibisa ZM. Thank you. Thank you. Moraladi B. Thank you. Natane V. Thank you. Nudia D. Ndwebi PL. Nzangu SA. Pastor M. Peterson DS. Schlebusch C. Siate KPO. Sobayeni S. Thank you. Thank you. Strauss J and the degree with distinction. Kabalala ZY. Vanjaars Van Rooyen GR. Swarts E. Arolapan CC. Batori K. Diedericks SJ. Thank you. Juma N. Thank you. XTND. Thank you. Thank you. Jafta RLZ. Kaibe TT. Kushwayo M. Makhalanyani GP. Malumise KC. Congo KN. MN. Thank you. Maswanganyi CP. Matla T. Matsoso TE. Met Mohoje MD. Mojakisane SK. E. Motau NH. Mzimang TS. Mvundle TV. Ndlala N. Ndweni MT. Hakaimang NS. Ngakai S. Nslapo BN. Nteko TR. Intlane TM. Ntuse S. Nyamane T. Olwagen I. Tinisile P. Rambuda M. Raufelani TE. Rondo SA. Samela Shongwe JV. Sitole SM. Smith SR. Tlatsi TM. Bachelor of Commerce Honors in Sidras KJ. Jafeta JA. Mokwena SD. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Widenall MJ and a degree with distinction. Rajaji O. Shabalala TL. Thank you. Mr. Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to present the Dean's Medal to the recipient that I introduced to you, awarded to a student who has achieved the best results in respect of a Bachelor of Accounting degree in the Faculty of Economic and Management Sciences. Mr. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Franco Smit. Franco shouldn't go too far because, Mr. Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to present the Senate Medal to the recipient that I introduced to you. The Senate Medal is awarded to the student who received a Dean's Medal and who achieved the best overall result in all faculties during 2022.
Okay, Mr. Chancellor, I have the privilege to introduce our guest speaker, Dr. Sipho Mila Pijani. He is a business leader with extensive experience, having served in both executive and non-executive capacities on several local and international boards of blue-chip companies. He is the founder and chairperson of his private investment firm, Izingwe. He's currently chairperson of the JSE-listed Redefine Properties and non-executive director of the Absa Bank Group. He is a former chairperson of the Anglo Gold Ashanti Limited and Munich of Africa. He also served as a lead independent director of the Absa Group and an executive director of Netcore Investment Bank, amongst others. He was the founding delegate of the National Economic Development and Labour of Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration, serve as the Registered Scheme and the former to Dr. Pijani.
Member of Academic Management of the University, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I must at the outset extend my warm congratulations to the graduates of today who join many others in society, that few cohort in society who have the privilege of being so esteemed. I'd like you to join me in congratulating them. I sincerely welcome this very warm invitation from this esteemed university. Like today's graduates, whom I warmly congratulate, as I indicate, I'm proud to join your long list of luminaries who are the illustrious alumni. University graduates, as you know, were once considered among those destined for leadership roles in society. As you would know, this is no longer inevitable in a society where sectarianism, nepotism, discrimination based on race, gender, and sexual and political orientation take precedence over competence, qualification, and experience. As graduates, you are society's advance guard in your discipline, having gone through extensive initiation and preparation. In a country where university graduates only constitute a measly 7% of the streets jobless. You are that contingent of Africans that the world enviously considers the continent's great endowment today. It's referred to as the youth bulge, a digital generation steeped in the language of the era, competently trained to not only comprehend but also mediate and sometimes innovate new technologies to meet the urgent developmental challenges of our times. You, young South Africans, are the vanguard and custodians of our future, and it is that context that I'm addressing you. Yet ironically, we are a society led by digital aliens, too old to grasp the language of this era and too slow to learn and take advantage of its offerings, thereby condemning our societies to permanently lag the world in development, an impermissible squander of a rare human capital dividend. This is what I think is referred to as societal practice, which a political sociologist of Italian descent, Antonio Gramsci, refers to as the interregnum. In notes in 1930, Gramsci remarks thus, and I quote, "The crisis consists precisely in the fact that the old is dying, and yet the new cannot be born. In this interregnum, a great variety of morbid symptoms appear," close quote. This is an organic crisis that manifests beyond the labor markets, as I've indicated above. Successive auditors general, public sector service commissions decried. He considered this crisis of governance as stemming from that of capitalism, which manifested in Great Depression of 1930. Paradoxically, in our context, the old is not only the system of white domination that we thought was buried with the advent of the constitutional democracy in 1994, but also the version of its successor as pursued by the governing party. After all, notwithstanding the progressive ideology of the constitutional order and its transformative successes, albeit limited, the death of the old has been so gradual, resulting in the past being present in the new. Hence, the largely unaltered economic relations and the persistence of racism in our society. But add to this the deep global economic crisis stemming from COVID-19, trade wars and protectionism, geopolitical tensions, all of which compounded by government's systematic mismanagement of the economy. Consequently, despite our constitutional promise of a fair and equitable society, free from discrimination and a life of dignity for all, the daily reality of an average citizen unemployment. All around us, we see a desperate state of government malaise as rampant crime appears uncontrollable. Railway tracks, locomotives, cable thefts, and in the recent example, the disruption and ripping off of power supplies, pylons in Tshwane. Not to talk of violent crimes, including the scourge of gender-based violence, murders, etc., that we have a competent state security establishment that is capable of effectively responding to this. All around us, we see a dreadful collapse of local government, with our cities and towns, previously a pride of place, being reduced to filth, stench, potholes, fallen street robots, and poles that lay unattended for weeks, with collapsing critical infrastructure. Essentially, grotesque chaos that prevails and remains unattended, with no solution in sight, and yet we are entertained to changing musical chairs of coalition governments of different political complexions. With Zuma years, 9 wasted years written off, it turns out that the air of optimism that accompanied the so-called New Dawn may have been misplaced. It was to be an era of more of the same, draped in the sophistry of polished spin doctoring, a litany of promises with high-profile committees to work on them and overly extended processes, but nothing to show for it, neither in the party nor in government. The agenda for ANC's renewal never took off in any meaningful way, resulting in it being a full and influential champion in that organization. There is no evidence of its enthusiastic embrace by the members. There can be no doubt that a unique opportunity to reset and reposition both the party and the country was squandered beyond retrieval. Consequently, the governing party has lost its hegemony and it is fast losing its broader societal influence. It cannot even count on its allies to vouch for it as a dependable leader to steady our nation through its troubled waters. These are all signs that the old is dying. It has, as Gramsci points out, lost its authority. It has, as Gramsci points out, lost its hegemony, and it is incapable of being a leader of society. This is evidenced by the steady decline of the party's electoral fortunes over time, with many predicting that it will, for the first time in history, come below 50% in the next elections. Now, consequently, it has created an ideological void around which to mobilize society. Ironically, it is showing signs of having lost a sense of identity and defining characteristics prompting, particularly in Parliament, were reinforcing what he calls a counter-revolutionary agenda. Despite the demise of the old, the disappointed and sometimes disillusioned citizenry see no viable alternative. This has resulted in the emergence of a plethora of alternative political parties, sometimes attracting protest votes, the rise of independent candidates, which paradoxically sometimes seek to organize themselves in a movement, and at worst, voter apathy that sees many staying away from it all. The interregnum that Gramsci refers to is precisely the political and ideological impasse that has ensured that the new cannot be born. Importantly, too, it is also the progressive civil society that has assumed the championship of the constitutional order that has ensured that the political parties do not have unfettered monopoly of defining our political landscape. They have in many instances been the shield that has insulated our constitutionalism from various attacks, including from its midwife, the ANC. However, they are not a sufficiently strong enough force to enable the new to be born. It was the same in Gramsci's Italy, where the political choices were narrowed either in alignment with the fascist populists, Democratic Alliance, the DA, a clear successor as far as, and the post-2007 ANC that has cultivated an image trajectory continues to dog the governing party. Today's ANC shows a propensity to opt in and opt out of its enduring tested values and policy choices, to pander to what it thinks is the flavor of the month, choosing to shepherdly lead society from behind, a populist tendency at best. In his letter to the ANC's top seven, Mbeki correctly chastises both the deputy president for his majoritarianist politics and the party's chief whip, Pamela Majodina, who seems to labor under a false notion that the country's constitution is only a transitional one, and proceeds to urge all of us to move with speed in constituting a new one. Mbeki finds it necessary to remind them, both of them and the rest of the leadership, that the country's constitutional values are a defining feature of who the ANC was. In its quest for relevance, survival and power, the old that is dying, both as in the DA and the ANC, are desperately to plunge many a local government into chaos, and use public resources to illicitly provide business and job opportunities to their favored people, and sometimes party connections. As if plotting to elevate insignificant parties, have the people shall not govern. This is yet another. There are many more that I will refer to. We have seen them ignore the injunction of our judiciary and their deliberate undermining of the role of Parliament. We must ask ourselves, who have we become that has entrenched a regime of all? Following the Constitutional Court action, in their narrow interpretation of that judgment, government new electoral law that was signed by the president this week, and an uneven playing field for the independent candidates. As if there was no court judgment enjoining members of Parliament to abide by their oath of office to honor the Constitution, Parliament's failure to fulfill its important oversight function. ANC MPs were whipped into a party line in their recent vote on the guard. The ANC leadership missed a great opportunity to assure the nation that all, including the president, shall be held to, as, and I quote, "It is the considered view of the ANC that when all three arms of state work in step with one another, any matter of national interest gets to be fully ventilated. For after all, we have a constitutional system that mandates separation of powers. It certainly is so that the three arms of state are required to be in step more with the Constitution rather than with each other. If anything, they have to keep each other in check. Consequently, they are expected to, from time to time, be out of step with each other in honor of the Constitution. Needless to say, the Phala Phala saga comes after the backdrop of a country that is under international spotlight in terms of its commitment to ensuring appropriate legal frameworks and enforcement mechanisms to deal with money laundering. Our grey listing clearly shows that we fall short, and far short at that. And so an unresolved Phala Phala saga will remain a dreadful overhang over our country and its seriousness about dealing with money laundering. It is therefore urgent that Parliament and the relevant investigating agencies conclude this matter without further delay. After all, we have been recently entertained to an Al Jazeera expose to the nations about a money laundering enterprise allegedly involving some of the country's banks, with not a comment from the South African Reserve Bank. It's called the Gold Mafia. Some of you may have seen it. If you haven't, you must go and have a look. But the Zondo Commission exposed the corruption in many state institutions to the nation's absolute despair. Among those were state-owned enterprises, particularly Eskom and Transnet. In what can only be mindless cynicism, proclamations are introduced in quick succession of each other by Enoch Godong and their scrutiny by the Auditor General in respect of fruitless and wasteful expenditure. And that office, the Auditor General's office, reporting on those. Not surprisingly, according to the same minister, a long queue of other state-owned entities files up their applications for a similar exemption. Clearly, had there not been a prospect of a civil society court challenge, Godongwana would have recklessly and irrationally opened the floodgates to a new and relentless looting of our state-owned enterprises. You must ask yourself, what the hell for? As the drama unfolds, with the parliamentary inquiry into the public protector's fitness to hold office, we wait in anticipation for its finalization, and so speedily. After all, it is not long ago that that office was an example and a beacon of independence and fearless defense of good ethical governance in the public sector. The fact that it now has its reputation hanging by a thread can only be instructive of the need for care and diligence in appointing a successor public protector before the end of this year. Chair, let me conclude that unlike Gramsci's interregnum, as today's generations, you must, in your diversity, allow the old to die and enable the new to be born. And I believe that you gathered here, however many obstacles they may put in your way and however many discriminatory practices they may wish to introduce, you have the agency to ensure that the new is born. You are fortunate in that the foundation of the new is the Constitution that Mandela and the founders of this great nation left with all of us as an inheritance to be enjoyed by several generations. You must treasure it. You must preserve it. You must nurture it. You must enhance it. And importantly, you must please protect it. To achieve this, you must exhibit a passion for the values that define our nation. Be competent in all you undertake. Be scrupulous, ethical, resolute, fearless, and decisive. Thank you very much.
Graduates, Dr. Pijani has highlighted your role in the future. You are destined for the leadership within our country. He mentioned a lot of challenges that we are facing, and he's indicated that it's going to be a difficult path, but you are our future. You are bestowed with accountability to seek workable solutions for our country. Dr. Pijani, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our proceedings, but I'm going to invite our Acting Chancellor, Professor Peterson, to the podium to do those honors.
First of all, I just would like to extend my hearty congratulations to all the graduates that have received degrees and diplomas this evening. I think we should give them a hand of applause. Well done. I often say that the academics that sits here on my right and on my left has played a major influence in your journey towards this particular moment. Whether it's conveying of technical content in the courses and the programs that you have studied, or whether they were emotional or other social support that our academics has provided. I often say that our academics are the brain trust of a university. The quality of a university is often measured by the quality of our academics. And I would like us all to put our hands together for the academics that's sitting on my right, on my left, and also on the platform for their contribution to this institution. But as you all know, the university doesn't only consist of academics. There's also a category that is called support staff. And they are often, and in fact, at our university, the support staff is about twice or 2.5, 2.5 times more than our in this hall as well. They are our colleagues in the protection services that keep us safe on our campuses. They are our colleagues in student affairs, in student academic services that take you through registration and take you up to this particular function, and various of the other colleagues that have made your journey and our journey as an institution fantastically well. And I would like us also to put our hands together for our support staff. Now, our graduates, you now have graduated, and Dr. Pitiana has put a challenge to you. But I also say that now that you become alumni of the University of the Free State, you belong to that elite group that we call the Convocation. And we honored this afternoon to have the president of the Convocation on our platform party, Dr. Peter de Tooy. And Peter, if you could maybe just stand up so that our new alumni can see you. And the Convocation really defines the continuity between the past, the present where you are today, and the future that Dr. Pitiana talked about. And it's your role to hold this institution accountable accountable for the standards that you had an opportunity to experience, but also to up that standard. So when you look back at the institutions 10 years from now, that you could be proud to say, that is the institution that I studied. And you have that opportunity as a member of the Convocation to ensure that that exactly happened. We live in a world where we often forget about accountability, forget about integrity, and it's your role to ensure, together obviously with other stakeholders as well, that we as an institution, at all levels of leadership in this institution, respond to that. So that's the other challenge that I'm going to put on your shoulders. But then a final challenge is that I don't want you to lose contact with the institution. I want you to remain in contact and try to see where you can contribute and give back to the institution. It doesn't always have to be in the form of finance. It can be in all sorts of areas where you can make a contribution to be retained. And that you, and I can tell you, if you're a member of the Convocation, there's 170,000 members of the Convocation around the globe, and you will become part of that. So once again, congratulations, and as Dr. Pitiana said, go out there and make the world a better place. So ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the proceedings for this afternoon. The university takes pleasure in inviting all graduates and their guests to exam room number 4, where tea, coffee, and soft drinks will be served. The national anthem will now be played, and after that you are requested to remain standing while the congregation is dissolved and the main and academic processions leave the hall. Can you please rise? By virtue of the power vested in me as acting Chancellor, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of the Free State.
live and emotion.